My name is Yvonne Sampier. I'm from Mpumalanga, from a community called Pola Ochis. It's nearby 9 mines. We've got 9 mines in my community and 5 power stations. One of the power station is Kusile, that I'm about 9 kilometers from Kusile, where I'm residing at. It's very important to us as women to be here and also say no to the Inga project, because if ever you also check in the RIP, it doesn't speak about beneficiation. How are we as women going to benefit here? It's exploiting women's rights and rights of people from communities, whereby water is going to be taken away from them and we are going to experience more poverty.
My name is Lauren Kakaza. I'm from Carolina, in a small town around Swaziland's border and Johannesburg route, where we are surrounded by many mines which are doing coal mine. We've seen Inga 1 and Inga 2, which is based in the DRC, where people are suffering due to the hydroelectric project. And then we can see that it's going to affect us as South Africans, because at the moment, the country, we are facing the water crisis and the electricity crisis due to coal, whereas we know that coal is very dirty, and then our government, they are proposing that it's going to bring more benefits, and then we are like, why not they keep the coal on the ground?
This submission concerns financing of the Grand Inga project. It reads, the tariff in respect of any phase shall be subject to negotiation at the relevant time, and shall cover at all costs the return and any fees as may be imposed by the Democratic Republic of Congo relating to the phases. Just to repeat, shall cover at least all costs, the return and any fees as may be imposed in the DRC close quote. This is in Article 11 of the treaty. To us, this is a red flag. It limits the negotiation power for South Africa. It means we cannot negotiate below the costs that are set or the fees that are set or agreed by DRC. And as I said previously, it obviously affects the tariffs that our consumers will have to pay for electricity. Suppose we've spent billions constructing power lines to South Africa, and then another regime or the current regime decides that they don't need to supply South Africa anymore, or at certain times. We haven't solved our problems of power outages and load shedding, and this to us also is a huge risk.
Of the role of the Southern African power pool in the whole Grand Inga development, and also your views versus Grand Inga versus coal or nuclear.
On the issue of Inga versus, which is hydro versus coal versus nuclear, of course our contingent is actually made of women from coal affected areas, and we don't come here with any kind of specific bias on energy type or energy source. What we are actually speaking to this committee about and to Parliament about is about our role in actually looking at energy types in terms of least cost options, in terms of affordability, in terms of reliable energy sources and clean energy sources that impact the least on people's health and the environment.
The international rivers would really want you to make a turn to us, to expand more on other issues to get more clarity, because we may not have sufficient time here. But it's relevant for other committees also to interact. I support that move, Chairperson.
We absolutely agree that it needs to be considered more fully, particularly the implications it has for our country, and particularly, which was mentioned, what the implications are now as compared to what they were at the time that the treaty was signed many years ago. So we absolutely support the idea that this discussion on the treaty is opened up again, and we really try and evaluate sort of what it means for South Africa in our current debt crisis situation, and whether we can renegotiate it or even withdraw from the treaty entirely because of the serious implications it has for us.
Let me tell you about the story of my life.
My name is Mpumelelo Mhlalisi. I'm from the Earthlife Africa Cape Town branch. I'm here to support the presentation and the submission by WoMin and the International Rivers to the appropriate committee about the proposed Inga Dam. We're supporting that. We are concerned about the South Africa investing in energy that is investing without consulting people on the ground